What's happening? Thank you so much for choosing me to be your tarot card reader for today. And as usual, speed me up. Very thorough in my readings. All of them were quite different. For the most part, it was positive. Like, even the ones that talked about some deep, hardcore healing. To me, I find positivity in that, but you know, you are your own person. If you don't want to hear that, well, I'm not going to tell you which reading that is. But anyways, if you're one of those individuals and you're not exactly sure which reading is the right one for you, close your eyes and do what I do. The truth. Which reading is the right one for me, please? You open your eyes and your eyes will direct you to whatever reading it is. Now, if you're going back and forth where you're like, oh my God, I have no idea which group it is, I'm just going back and forth, you may have just double messages, that's all. But thank you so much for listening to this part of the video, and I shall see you at your reading. Hello there, group 1. I hope you are doing well. So, to let you know, for those who are new, this is a general reading, not a personal one. You want to book a personal reading, everything is in the description for your review. Also, sometimes I am called to share a personal story with you all. This is not a way of hijacking your reading or making it about myself. It's just additional messages that you need to hear. So let's get into it. What are 5 things that may happen for the rest of 2025? What may happen for the rest of 2025? Please, Spirit. The truth, I meant to say. Thank you. Motivation. Adult children. Hobbies. Support. And body changes. Okay. And I'll do the shuffling. I'm trying to figure out what exactly the card deck I want to use. I might want to use the Insight Tarot, which is this deck, or I will use the real version of the Prisma Tarot. So, I don't know. Spirit, which deck? Okay. Insight Tarot. Thank you. And also, Spirit, do you want me to take reversals? No. Got it. All right. Thank you for being patient, group number 1. I hope you're doing super well. We getting you together. I just started shuffling live again. Something told me to do it. What is motivation for group number 1, please, for the year 2025? The truth. 1 card. 2 of Cups. Adult children. The truth. Hobbies. The truth. Support. The truth. Body changes. I like how, even though I'm not taking reversals, I like how most of them were in reverse. It's kind of funny. To me, that is. Har. Let's get into it. So with motivation here, and you have the 2 of Cups. What may happen is that you feel motivated to reconnect with people, possibly wanting to date again, is what I'm picking up. There is a bit of hesitation to do that. I heard I am in my peaceful era. Me too, group number 1. I'm in my peaceful era too. And I can imagine that taking a break from relationships, you had to do a lot of healing and was probably made aware of certain things that needed to change so that you could attract better connections. So it doesn't have to be specifically about a romantic relationship that you're in the mood for, but I'm getting a sense of genuineness. You want somebody who can be real with you, can be genuine with you, support you, that can remain loyal, things in that nature. I can imagine in the past you dealt with people who betrayed your trust. They lied to you. I'm just picturing like Seven of Swords where someone is sneaking in to steal these swords. So people may have stolen from you either literally or figuratively. And what I mean by figuratively, it could be your time. And so taking a break from connections, I'm getting a sense that you were in isolation for quite some time. This is where you are finally getting out of the cocoon state. So therefore you are rebirthed into a brand new you, where you're like, you know what, I can see what I did wrong in this relationship. Maybe I overgave. Maybe I was a pick me. Maybe I was too busy giving people in situations the benefit of the doubt. And so you're looking for legit, real connections. It's also giving me a sense where you are stepping up your boundaries. It's giving me a sense where you are removing the mask. Perhaps you have been conditioned to wear a certain mask to appease people, and you're like, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. Go to hell. If you don't like me, good, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Do what you have to do. Anything else, Spirit? All right, next we have adult children and there's a Queen of Swords. So what adult children mean in this deck is that for some of you, you may have children of your own where you are you have children of your own where they are about to be adults. Another thing that they pick up is that this could be where maybe an adult child is going to therapy. And so that could be you, group 1. I almost said group 2, but I never did group 2 yet, so I can't tell you if that's for you or not. But group 1, yes, it could be where you may need to go to therapy. And so you do have the Queen of Swords. Many people do not like the Queen of Swords. Sometimes she is regarded as a bitch. And it's like, why? Because she has stepped up her boundaries. She knows when to cut people off when necessary. To me, when I look at the Queen of Swords, I find her to be a balance, or having a balance of her intellect as well as her emotions. I think you're going to go teeter-totter between being over intellectualized or overly emotional. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. It's just more like you need to have some form of balance. So with the adult children, therapy or some form of help for sure is going to be important. Again, if you are a parent, you could be thinking about your own kids, your kids that are almost grown or out of the house. Maybe you have to put in some boundaries in terms of, you know, like let's say you have a child that's a moocher, you know, you may have to put some boundaries in that. Now, for some of you with adult children, I'm getting where you may be involved with your own parent. It could be where you may have to help your parent in some way, but I think the rules still apply of you initiating some form of boundaries and say what you say and mean it. That's about it. Oh, wait. There might be some grief regarding a child. So it doesn't have to be death, like maybe a small few. You may have lost a child, but there's like grief and change. So it could be where you're trying to hide your emotions, where you're like, hey, like I'm proud of you, but you want to be strong. Stop that. Like, if your kid has finally growing up, they got accepted to college somewhere that's further away from the city they were raised in or raised at, it's okay to be vulnerable. You don't need to hide it. Like group one, I can tell you this. I am a super weenie hut junior. So I am wearing my sun sign, which is Cancer. I don't know if anyone is a Cancerian or they, maybe your child or somebody I'm talking about may have water placements. Something to do with home, regardless. But anyways, long story short, I used to be made fun of being overly sensitive, and I would try to hide it. Like, I want to act like I'm Buttercup from the Powerpuff Girls, knowing damn well I'm Bubbles. And so, trying to hide my emotions so long, my body is reacting to it. Like, that energy needs to come out one way or another. And so, what would happen is that I would get really bad chest pains. And so sometimes I will force myself to cry. I know certain songs that would make me cry. I know how to tap into the emotion. And I just let it out. Like, I give myself permission to cry. So Spirit is letting you know, hey, hello, give yourself permission to cry. Like, who are you trying to be strong for? I mean, I think you hiding your emotions, you're betraying yourself. Like, this is the time to take off that mask. So moving on, we have hobbies and we have the 10 of Cups. Self-explanatory. So you will be doing something that you probably put off for a while, and you are going to love it. This is going to give you peace, comfort, harmony. You're going to feel so fulfilled that you did this. And it's like, wow, I have the privilege to work on these things. And nobody can tell me I can't. No one, no one should even tell you. Like, group one, you want to play the PS5, which, Jesus Christ, it's been almost a year since I played mine. It's been almost a year. It's just like, I'm not as much as a gamer as I used to be. But anyways, it's like, you want to play the PlayStation 5, go ahead. Like, I'm sure there are new games coming out. I mean, I think this year we can all look forward to Grand Theft Auto 6. And it's like, I don't care how much it costs. I haven't played Grand Theft Auto in years, so I'm just going to play it, Or if it's not that, maybe you want to crochet. Maybe you want to play with perler beads. Maybe you want to do like handiwork of building something with your hands. Either way, whatever this thing that you put off, you are going to enjoy. Even if it's a new hobby. Let's say that you want to make, polymer clay figurines like my friend, right? She turned her hobby into a business. And so she had found ways to fix it because, she deals with, what is it called? It's some kind of neurological disease that she's dealing with. I know what it is, but I'm not going to air it out all like that, And so with that being said, she does that. And so maybe you want to turn your hobby into a business and things of that nature. Either way, you're going to reconnect to something that will bring you so much joy. And it's like, wow, what a privilege to be alive to do this thing. I feel really good. I actually have some time off. I'm hearing something about time management. So perhaps you are just enjoying your time, like even the company of yourself or others, where you're possibly drawing. Some people consider cleaning as a hobby, and I was like, where you at so I can pay you to clean my damn kitchen? Clean my kitchen and bathroom, and clean I forgot what it's called, but it's like a piece of it's a part of my wall where it's like it's so much dust, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so embarrassing. I've been living like that for years. So I'm at that age, like auntie age, where it's like, nah, I'd say the importance of washing your walls and stuff and the windows, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, like, again, if you enjoy cleaning, you want to get paid, email me, all right? But anyways, like, it's something where, again, it brings you joy, you're happy, you know. It's just, this is such a big emphasis on it. And even with the 10 cups, it can be about family. So you may do like a family activity for some of you. Again, this is a general reading, not a personal one. Anyways, let's move on. You have support in the 9 of cups. Okay. So there is a fulfillment. It's just all this water energy is very emotional in a good way, you know. You're going to be fulfilled. Again, like your wishes are coming true. You can just sit back and indulge a little. So with support, it just means that you may have outside support. You may have divine support from the 5D that's going to help bring your wishes to come true. But it's a matter, you're going to feel good. This is giving me where you might be happy or happier during the holidays. And yeah, I get it. You know, family kind of sucks. You know, I hear that when grandma dies, that's a wrap. Like the family is just falling apart. But I don't think there's going to be a sense where it's like, I shouldn't stop this because grandma or my parents aren't around anymore. Let's recreate our own tradition. So it's like maybe you're doing something on Thanksgiving, or maybe this could be Christmas. I mean, you take however it resonates with this, but this is totally giving me holiday vibes, considering this is like a Thanksgiving feast that is here. For some of you, I don't know why this reminded me of deviled eggs when they're not. They look like some kind of they look really square. They look like cheese. I forgot what it's called, but it's like a cheese board, but it's in a different language, and I'm very American, so of course my dumb ass is not going to be able to pronounce the word, but I think y'all know what I'm talking about. I swear, Americans, we're just you know what I mean. But anyways, but yeah, I looked at, I could have sworn I saw deviled eggs, but I know in the black community, when we have like deviled eggs or whatever and meatballs, somebody is having a baby shower. So maybe you are going to a baby shower, or maybe you are pregnant at this time. You may have a fall or winter baby, but you will get some support. There will be people who will come and celebrate with you. That's cool. So lastly, you have body changes. And you have the Page of Wands. So if you are pregnant, yes, you're going to be dealing with some body changes to prepare for your baby and things in that nature. If you are not pregnant, this can be about where you may start to become more active, where you are going to see some significant body changes. Now, so some of you are wanting to lose weight. Some of you, you're probably like, nah. And some of you, you're like, I want to lose weight. I'm not doing anything and I'm getting fatter. I mean, hello, I'm getting fatter too, group 1, all right? But you have the Page of Wands. I think you're going to integrate playing with working out. There's probably a shift where you need to come up with better ways to reframe your mindset to enjoy working out. So, for example, I'm not going to be one of those people be like, I don't use ChatGPT. Yeah, I do. I use ChatGPT, y'all, and it has helped me significantly. I don't use it for therapy per se. I use it for research, right? So, and entertainment purposes, because sometimes it be making me laugh. Like, if you want ChatGPT to cuss you out, go ahead and configure that filter. It's kind of funny. But anyways, I was telling ChatGPT I'm trying to figure out how I can work myself to, or trick myself to work out. And considering that it has used previous chats to understand who I am enough, ChatGPT said change change your words. So instead of saying I must work out, I have to work out, consider it as a ritual. And something about that clicked, because I do a lot of spiritual rituals. Cleansing my aura if I have to, do cord cutting if I have to, make protection spells. If I want to cut someone off, I send them with love. I'm not trying to send them hate or whatever bullshit. I do what it is that is necessary for me, right? And so perhaps you can treat working out as a spiritual practice. You don't have to do yoga. I mean, if you're called to do it, then do it. But I have, like me personally, group one, I have issues when it comes to working out because of how much I have burnt myself out. And I went from one extreme to another where it's like, oh, I'm a binge eater. Now I'm at a point where I'm trying to survive off of one meal a day. It just wasn't healthy with my mindset. So of course I'm going to have some form of negativity. But, I give myself permission to eat Doritos. I know Doritos is bad. I know that it used some form of chemical that they use for cars, but I like the texture and I like the taste. So I give myself permission. It's like, yeah, there are good foods and bad foods, but it's a matter of changing your mindset. But the main key is to be balanced. It's difficult. It's easier said than done, especially if you live where you may not have a lot of resources. You may, because I gotta step outside of my privilege. You may not have a lot of resources. You may be allergic to gluten. You may be allergic to certain things that many people have taken advantage of. It could be where well, what was another thing? Oh, god damn it, I hate when that happens. Fucking ADHD, bro. But yeah, I mean, you get the point. It may be whatever that is hindering you of getting certain things, or a certain diet or schedule. Just give yourself permission. If you want some cake, go get some cake, period. I don't believe in the word intuitive eating, because I tried that and to be fair, I was like in a negative mindset. So maybe intuitive eating helps, but just make sure you get your fiber, you get your protein, and drink a lot of water. You can have pop or some, like most people call it, soda now. You want soda, then get some soda. Don't drink it every day though. Like, make sure you drink your water and be fine. And so it's a lot that I'm talking about mindset. Even though the Page of Wands is not a sword card, this is just giving me sword energy that I'm picking up. But I did say earlier, this is about play. You may want to play. You see how Goofy Goober has like the stick between his legs as if he's riding a horse? This is about having fun. So do something that makes you have fun. Some people still play with the Wii and Wii U. I understand that the Switch 2 is out. It's like, well, if you want to play dance stuff, or that they have for Nintendo Switch, or you want to whip out Dance Dance Revolution, then go ahead, play it. Some people still play the Michael Jackson game. I think it was called This Is It, like right after he died. Quick ADHD moment. I kind of miss Michael Jackson, like, for real. But yeah, like just make it work. Make it work in your favor. You want to play sports? Cool. Me, I would like to start an axe throwing team. If they had one where I live at, that would be awesome. So if you want to do that, just do it. Like, the world is literally your oyster. To me, group one, I think you're going to live out the rest of this year pretty fantastic. Again, I'm not picking up anything negative. Of course, you're going to have certain moments where you're going to have a bad day. It happens. But all those things are pretty much temporary. But group number one, thank you so much for choosing me to be your reader. and being patient with this. If you enjoyed this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I shall see you in another pick a card video. Best wishes, my darling. Talk to you later. Peace. What's up, group number 2? I hope you're doing okay. So why really? Anyways, for those who are new, this is a general reading, not a personal one. You want to book a personal reading with me, everything is in the description for your review. Also, sometimes I am called by spirit to share something personal regarding my life. This is not to hijack your reading or make it about myself. This is just additional information that may help you. So let's get into it. God, Source, Universe, the truth. The truth for group number 2. The truth for group number 2. What are 5 things they may expect for the rest of 2025? The truth. Okay, 2 more. You're silly. Give me 1 more. Okay, if 2 more comes out again, I'm just gonna take it. Let me shuffle. God, Source, Universe, the truth. 1 more card. Give me 1 card that is a combination of 2 of those cards, please. Thank you. All right. So, of course, we're going to do your tarot. See what's up. So, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being patient with this. All right. God, Source, Universe, the truth. I'm curious about what join in means, so I will be looking at the guidebook for that. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know what the hell that is. 1 card for each oracle, please, Spirit. I'm not taking reversals. What is join in? Hobbies. Changing your mind. Sounds like a damn Libra. I love you, Mom, but goddamn. Queen of Wands. What is self-employment? Okay, and oh no, thank you. Thank you. All right. I don't know if someone like used to watch Blue's Clues, but that was interesting that Blue's Clues would come out. Big shout out to those who knew that Blue was a girl before it was announced. I didn't know, but it is what it is. All right, so you have join in, and you have the Ace of Pentacles. What does this mean? What is join in? There we go. You are being called to push past shyness and meet new people. Although you might not think of yourself as sociable, it's time to take action and get acquainted with like-minded friends and associates. Your social fear stems from spending time with insensitive people, and you'll benefit from connecting with gentle and kind individuals like yourself. You receive this card because in order to meet these new friends, you'll need to join in. That means literally joining an in-person, not online or virtual, class or group so that you can network with others. Joining in also entails introducing yourself at these groups and having conversations. This positive change in your social life will open new doors for you in other areas. Interesting. All right. Now I could have finished the reading like the minute it says like take your ass outside and get some friends, but I just felt called to read that passage is all. But yeah, so this is a new offer, a new beginning where you will be joining in. So they mentioned school. You may go to school and meet some new friends. I think that would be worth your while. This could be a job opportunity. So you may hear like, congratulations, group 2. We want you to join our company or whatever. And no, they don't have to be as annoying as that voice that I made. But, you know, it's like, do something different. Do something outside of the box. Maybe you going somewhere like an art festival, some kind of festival you never gone to. Maybe you want to, like, maybe you're okay if you have a vehicle where you are willing to drive an hour away from where you're at to go to a function, and maybe you bump into someone at a vending table, y'all start having a conversation, so this is where you join in. And maybe you'll find some friends. So I'm just throwing out examples. So yeah, you may spend some money. Again, you may go to school. You may go to work. But Spirit is saying, like, go out and make some friends. You're going to gain some form of information. You could be in a situation where I'm at group 2, where I am losing friends. Okay? And we're not talking about literal death. We're talking about they have served their purpose. It's time to move on and let these people do what they do. And so I can give you plenty of examples about what's been going on, but I feel nothing regarding these people. I'm not mad. Like one of the readings, like I was mad as fuck. I ain't gonna front. But I gave myself permission to be upset. But anyways, I have been asking for newer friendships since 2020. And all of this is being manifested where people, like, you know, if you ever want to know the truth about something in a situation, just ask the universe. But I'm letting you know it's going to piss you off. But I've been doing that like since late 2023. Tell me the truth. Just like when I shuffle your cards, I said, tell me the truth. And so I got exactly what I wanted. And a lot of the times it has been disappointing, but I understood the lesson behind that friendship. And so you probably have been in that boat, group number 2, where you're like, yeah, I'm losing friends. And, you know, I realized that I was wearing rose tinted glasses where I spoke so highly of these individuals, but now I look at them as a bitchs. They can go to hell. That's totally fair, group 2. I mean, look, that's how you feel. That's how you feel. I don't think it's wrong. Like, honor yourself by saying, look, I'm being honest. So now you are looking for better connections. And yes, as you get older, it becomes quite difficult to make some friends. But it doesn't mean that you're not worthy of a friendship. So if you find yourself spending time all day online, talking to other people in group forums, if you've been okay with talking to them and having fun, you know, about coloring books or cats or whatever, then you can go outside and do the same thing. And so the worst case scenario is this person may look at you weird. They may ghost you. You know, humans are weird. All right, let's keep it a bug. We are some weird ass creatures. But it's like if they ghost you, that is just God's source universe way of saying that's not the right people for you. You know, so I'm getting where you can vet them out. You know, see what are their values. You know, like don't declare them as a friend now. I mean, you can just say, oh, you know, I met this person at the venue or at this job, so call them a colleague. You know, and if you feel that the time is right to finally let your guard down, depending on the situation that you're in, then you can go ahead and allow your true self to come out. That was a lot that I had to say about join in. All right, let's move on. So we have hobbies. Now, what's interesting, in group number 1, I said group 2, and I was like, I don't know what the hell, like, I didn't do group 2 yet. But hobbies came out in group 1, so if you were curious about that, then that might be your sign. But here we are, hobbies in the 7 of Pentacles. So with hobbies, you may find a particular hobby that is interesting and you may want to invest in it. The thing about Seven of Pentacles, it is a card of planting seeds and being patient and watch something that you are investing in growing. So in group one, if you're not interested in going there, but you're curious about the hobbies part, I told them that they were reconnecting with a hobby because they had like the 10 of cups. So it's like you're reconnecting with an old hobby or a new hobby that gives you peace, harmony, joy, you feel fulfilled. I also talk about perhaps turning a hobby into a source of income. Now you do have self-employment, so I'll get into that when the time comes. But perhaps, you know, there is a hobby that you believe you want to take interest. It can be where crocheting, like a lot of people at my school, they crochet, and I look at them, I'm like, stop tempting me, because my neurodivergent brain loves to find something that's shiny and new, like a penguin when it finds a shiny pebble, and I want to invest in that hobby, and I've overdid it to a point where it just, I feel like I've lost money, and then of course interest. I've done that with perler beads. I've done that with, you should see my shelf. I have so many goddamn oracle and tarot cards. Like, obviously I love doing tarot, which I'm happy I came back, but I took a break. But you know, it's like you overdo shit and you're like, oh my god, like I totally screwed up. I didn't bought all these notebooks, because people with ADHD, we sure as hell love to buy pens and notebooks, and I'm a pen hoe like no tomorrow. Like, that is my go-to medium from, you know, to do any form of drawing. But it's like you overindulge and spend it. And so, if considering that I'm talking about my neural spicy self, you could be neural spicy yourself, group 2. And it could be where spirit is saying, now, if there is a hobby that you want to get into, maybe you want to be a reader or something like that, be patient, take the time to invest in it and to do research. The thing about Pentacles is that it is a slow moving energy. It takes their time to do things. So if you notice that you are somebody who, if you are somebody who tends to act out of impulse, stop that. Do the opposite. This is where you could, you know, just chill for a minute. Now, there's an additional message. So the fact that join in came through, you may join a group. So before you fully indulge, you know, if somebody have like this group thing that's going on, ask the, you know, one of the members or the person who is facilitating a group, ask them, hey, I'm just here observing just to see how it is, and this is just to see if I am interested in fully joining. That is a good idea. That was a really good ass idea. But anyways, yeah, like that's a good idea. Like you can do that group too. And then it's like, okay, I'm checking out the crowd. Like, okay, they do this every Tuesday night. I think I can do this, or Thursday night. And so you're checking, you observing and stuff. Okay. And so you're like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna like this crowd. You know, they're cool. They're very kind. They, you know, we kind of have like the same vibe. You know, things of that nature. So perhaps the theme so far for the rest of 2025, group number 2, is that you're going to be vetting. I like it. All right. So you have your Libra moment. You have changing your mind, and you have the Queen of Wands. I have no idea what the hell you are changing your mind about, but it could be about a person. So considering you have this Court card, I don't know who is this possible fiery person, but the Queen of Wands is someone who is social. She knows her worth. Some of you may watch Roseology. I love her. She's she's like hella intuitive. She's one of the first tarot card readers I watched when I started getting into pick a card videos during C19 2020. But anyways, Roseology said that when the Queen of Wands appeared and there's a black cat, that black cat just means that she is integrated with her shadow. And so I never saw the black cat like that, but because I trust her, I will take her word for it. But I'm picking up where you're changing your mind. Maybe you want to hang out with somebody, but something is off about them. Something about them is that they appear to be confident, but they're not. Another additional message I pick up with changing your mind. This is about you. Like, maybe you are deciding to take yourself out there, because the Queen of Wands is social, and I think I mentioned that, but she is also someone who, again, she is confident. She's stepping into her power. Source, do you want me to clarify what this means? They said yes. Do I use the same deck? Yes or no? It was like conflicting. Do I use the same deck to clarify it? When they're going yes, yes, no, no, yes, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to use this deck to clarify. What does changing of the mind means for group number 2 in the year 2025? The truth. I don't know if I do want to take reversals in this deck. The Devil in reverse, the Moon, and the Three of Wands. It's not for you, is what I heard. I was getting conflicted energy where it was one channel I used to subscribe to because it was funny, but they kind of turned into like an agenda where you can tell there's kind of MAGA, but they were making fun of forced woke culture. I hate that, because corporations been doing that just because they want some money, But anyways, they were mocking, I think it was like the new Star Wars in this cartoon, and this guy was visibly upset by it because it sucked and it was just stupid, and people were shitting on him because he said it's not for you. So it's just like, I used to watch the Powerpuff Girls circa 1998. The new one came out and I'm like, it's not for me. Like, these are for Gen Z, Gen Alpha. Like, I've already had my childhood. Let me move on. So it's something like that. So the Devil, something said taken in reverse, so I'm just going to leave it at that. The Devil in the reverse is that you are dodging a bullet. Like I said, it's something off about this Queen of Wands individual that you need to stay the hell away from. And so again, this is a whole energy group number 2 where you are vetting people. Something hidden, something's off about them is coming through the surface. And I'm hearing with the Three of Wands is that they may halt your progression if you were to deal with this individual. So it's up to you if you want to be honest and say, hey, I don't think this is working out, which is fair. I mean, at this point, you're not responsible for how that person feel. If anything, how they respond or react will tell you everything you need to know about that individual. This could be where somebody may want to reconnect with you that you used to be cool with, and you like, no, it's not for me. Like, I'm done. Like, when you ended my friendship, or I ended the friendship, and I had moments where I thought I missed you, I really don't miss you. Like, if anything, you being out of my life is a sigh of relief. Shit, I love that. It's like, okay, yeah, look at you standing on business. Okay, like, all right, cool. So let's move on. This is getting kind of long. So you do have self-employment, and you have the high priestess. Okay. So, I am looking at these two individuals not knowing what to do, but this person is connecting with source or their spirit guides, and they have opened a channel where they serve as a portal from the crown chakra and connecting to the root chakra to talk to this divine being. So, if you're thinking about what to do in terms of your company or something you want to embark on that may have something to do with hobbies, just to let you know, Spirit is saying tune into your guides. What is it that you need to do or need to know? What is it that they want you to do? So, considering I did mention tarot earlier, maybe you want to invest in like a tarot card deck and things of that nature. I'll give you the quick tea. You want to hurry up and boost your ratings and things like that. Do love readings. Everybody likes a good love reading. Or if you want to risk it and be one of those readers that is like no sugar coating and things in that nature, like myself, good luck with that energy. There will be individuals who will take it hardcore personal. And it's like, dude, I didn't tell you or put the gun in your head to pick a group. You know, you're taking it personal. You're getting upset. I mean, if you're bothered by it, like, you're reacting. Like, it's okay to share, like, hey, this reading didn't resonate, but thank you anyway. Yeah, that's cool. You know, no sweat, my pet. It wasn't for you. But yeah, like, I'm just saying, like, you know, you're gonna get some kind of energy out there. So I always say that do what you believe is necessary. If you were to ask me, would I do this all over again? What would I do differently? Stop people pleasing. Stop people pleasing. Like, again, I'm not responsible for how they react when they watch my channel. But yes, if you are into love readings, then make a bunch of love readings. You know, there's consequences on any form of reading you do, like, or anything you do in general. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Also, the High Priestess is a silent card. Don't be telling everybody in terms of what you want to do in terms of, you know, like self-employment. I will tell you from my personal experience, group 2, I was listening to people regarding my art business who never had an art business, and those who have an art business but they do something differently than I do. And so that was one of my mistakes. Acting on impulse was another mistake. And the last one is that I was doing too much. So if I wanted to sell my art stuff in person again, I would either focus on pins and stickers, like my graphic design stuff, because I have a lot of unused things that I can just easily print myself and put my table and my stuff and make some sales. Like, people love some good pins and stickers because, you know, they're mostly affordable. Or I can just do perler bead stuff. You know, just focus on perler creations. They take a long time because I make earrings, necklace, magnets, 3D work, all the other stuff, right? But it's a matter of just like finding your one niche and not listen to everybody. Listen to what source is telling you. What are you called to do? So if you want to make crochet, do you want to make crochet puppets? Do you want to make like nice clothes or socks or something, hats out of crochet, blankets? You know, find your niche and do your research. Who would be your audience? Who would be most likely to buy your stuff? Again, heavy vetting energy. So lastly, you do have religion and spirituality, and you have the Page of Cups. I heard Let Me Upgrade You by Beyonce. All right. I guess I had to do the you know, flicking my tongue, right? But anyways, religion and spirituality, I believe that you will be in tune with spirit. I think that it's going to be in the forefront. Maybe you want to go back to church. Maybe you are embarking on like a spiritual path where you might join like a spiritual church that is okay with doing divination work and Reiki healing, or maybe you want to be a Reiki practitioner. I mean, that sounds like a vibe. But this is saying that you're going to be new at it, but it's going to be something that you're totally going to love with that Page of Cups. It's like you found something that works well with you, and yes, you're a novice, but you're going to be upgraded. And it's crazy that I'm saying the word upgrade and I'm looking at the Queen of Wands. So it's going to be at a certain point where you are confident and you're standing in your power doing this thing because you have been close with your religion or spirituality or faith in general. Now, it would be quite odd if it's somebody who's an atheist and they're watching a tarot reading and it's like, what the hell are you doing it? Are you doing it out of like to be ironic, or you know, like what would be the case? I'm not picking that up here. Or maybe you were like an atheist at one point. It's like something happened and you started to believe. I'm hearing Power Rapper the Rapper. You gotta believe, right? So with that being said, like, you know, it's like you're being reconnected. And I'm hearing here, like, now I'm looking at the High Priestess. I'm hearing that you are connecting with your higher self, and that higher self is pushing you to be connected to God's source universe. And it's going to feel good where you have that young, jovial kind of love where it's like, I feel like a little kid again. Not necessarily where you're being naive. You don't need to worry about that. But I think there's like some form of integration with your inner child. Because it's like with toddlers, I would say, like, I would assume most toddlers are happy. You know, you give me time. You're paying attention to me. You're supporting me. You give me the love and the comfort and the safety. And, you know, a toddler may get on your nerves and be like, hey, mom, watch this. And you've already watched a random SpongeBob collage video with freaking Elsa or whatever crap. And you're like, and you got to force a smile and shit like that. But this is going to be the energy of you as that kid. It's very pure. Pure. It's pure. It's innocent. Yeah, that's about it. I don't pick anything bad. Group number 2. I think this was cool. But thank you so much for choosing me and being patient with this reading. Jesus. If you enjoy the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I shall see you in another pick a card video. Best wishes, my darling. Talk to you later. Peace. My bad, group 3. You know what? I would have totally turned that off, but nah. Look, I would tell you flat out before I really get into your reading. I was thinking about Mrs. Doubtfire when he dropped his mask on the street and he didn't want to get caught, so he, you know, smeared pie all over his face and went, hello. And that's what I wanted to say, but whatever I did, it was on some glitch shit. But hi, hello, how are you? If you're new here, this is a general reading, not a personal one. You want to book a personal reading with me? Everything is in the description. Now, I will be called by my guides to share a personal story of mine. This is not to hijack your reading. This is to give you some additional information that you need to know that may help you. So let's get into it. God's Source Universe, the truth for group number 3. What are 5 things they may expect for the rest of 2025? Thank you. Support, memories, decisions, sentimental feelings, healing from the past. All right. Someone's doing some grief work. I picked that up. I'm not taking reversals from this deck. I'm feeling called, like, if you want to know what it is, it's called the Insight Tarot. Let's go. Ugh. Shuffling these kind of hurt because of my short, crabby, patty hands. But what is support? The truth for group number 3, please. 9 of Wands. Like I said, this is about grief. Memories. Queen of Swords. We have decisions. We have the 3 of Pentacles. The Star. Totally healing. And we have the Lovers. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I think that's my sign that I should watch Martin after I do tarot card readings today. All right, cool. So let's talk about it. We have support and we have the 9 of Wands. So I keep looking at this bone or this wand that is bandaged. So there may be some form of injury where you may be locked in the home. The 9 of Wands is about a wounded energy where you got to protect yourself. Like, yes, you're on guard. Whatever attack that happened in the story of Wands, but you are recovering. So this is something where you either physically recovering, where you will be at home. This can be about spirituality, not gonna front. Wands can be like wand energy. It can be about spirituality. So I heard Dark Night of the Soul when I was shuffling these, and something said don't mention it yet until the time has come. And so I don't know who is in my energy. I already had my Dark Night of the Soul. I had like a tiny mini one where I had to heal my inner teenager. That was on some bullshit, but you know, I heal that shit. I heal that quickly compared to my Dark Night of the Soul from 2020 to 2023. Like, bro, that was a lot. Shoot, I'll stretch it out to 2024. It was on some nonsense, but you know, it gets better every year when you fully sit down with yourself and feel your feelings, not suppress it, not avoiding it, not numbing it with substances. Like, I used to be a heavy drinker. I stopped drinking in December of last year. So yeah, like I'm saying all this stuff here, group 3, is that you're gonna need some support in this. If you have family or someone who is close to you, you haven't kicked them out of your life. Because sometimes when you have like a spiritual awakening or whatever, you're like, yeah, there's certain people I don't like. You can go. And it happens, you know, like you're supposed to outgrow certain people, you know, that's fine. Like life is kind of silly that way. So you just got to embrace change. But you're going to need some support. It could be where your spirit guides are saying, look, man, you going through this hero's journey that I put you through. For you to really sit down and recover, we got your back. So we're here, like we're gonna give you support in a 5D, but you know, all of this wasn't for nothing. This is for you to finally upgrade, level up. I'm hearing for some of you go to therapy. You know, I do like tarot, and tarot has helped me out a lot, but it has also hindered me, and I've kept myself stuck. Because it was something that I could not accept, right? So go to therapy. But you know, I had the one therapist and this happened, and but okay, so did God make more than one therapist? Yeah. You mean to tell me there's literally just one therapist where you're at? You mean to tell me, like, if you live in the United States and you're somewhere in I hear one of my my cohorts place where she grew up, Ventura, Just because you live in Ventura doesn't mean you can't see somebody from San Diego or, Los Angeles or whatever. They have telehealth. What's your excuse? Oh, but I got certain insurances. Psychology today, honey. If you have a job and they have like free services or they have EPA, take advantage of the EPA. I'm just saying, like, kind of tough lovey here for this part, group number 3, but it's like, there are means to resources. Now, I can see if you live where you literally don't have any resources because where you're at, it's unfortunate. There's like a drought. I'm giving you clues right now. Like, if you have internet, you have access to your phone, go to Psychology Today, go to the library. They're hella resourceful. Talk to your insurance if you have it, even Medicaid. While we still have it, go and ask them what are some therapists that can help you. Like, vet them out. You, instead of just seeing a therapist right away, ask for a consultation. See if they charge for a consultation. If not, that's also a nice little win-win, because at least you can vet your therapist for 15 minutes. They'll tell you about themselves and what they do and how they heal and what are their philosophy, if they choose to share that part. Because I know that we cannot give people our personal values. But this is the time for you to ask thorough questions like, hey, this is the such and such that I'm looking for. And a lot of them, they have no choice. They have to be honest and say, this is outside of my scope, but I can refer you. Who takes your insurance? So, I'm giving you the tea. Anyways, let's continue. So you got memories. And you have the Queen of Swords. It's something about your past, because you have healing from the past. You are holding some grudges. So Queen of Swords came out in group 1 in the same position, but I don't remember where it was at. It was in adult children. So maybe you are a parent, but the Queen of Swords, she's usually balanced between her emotions and her intellect, but it's something about memories that may be pissing you off. To me, I'm looking at the Queen of Swords in the reverse, where you're kind of, I heard the word regret. This may not pertain to a lot of people, but maybe there's certain actions or thought patterns or whatever you did or whatever someone did. It may piss you off. There may be some form of regret associated with this Queen of Swords. So the thing about her is that she exercises boundaries. When you have values, you have boundaries, and this will help you understand the core of your self-love. With that being said, this is where maybe you are reflecting on when you had made some poor decisions. Maybe you were overgiving. Maybe you did not have any boundaries. Maybe people have taken advantage of you. So this is giving me also where you may start to resent certain memories. You may be like, I can't believe I did that shit. And it's like, you're not resenting that person. Sometimes we know what we're doing. Like, sometimes we allow people to do certain things for us because there might be a certain time or a certain point of your life where you want approval, you wanted people to like you. So now there's like this ick or this cringe where it's like, I can't believe I did that shit. I can't believe I did that. Like, why did I do that? Like, that was so silly. And it's like, don't beat yourself up. Like, again, sit with your feelings, do the healing work. But it's like, there's a point where you are revisiting something that's making you upset. But this is where, again, you take the time to utilize some form of self-love. All right, well, what are my values? If you can't think of 10, come up with 5. And so, have boundaries where it's like, I value my self-care, my alone time, my peace. Number 1, peace is number 1. My security, my safety, whatever the case it may be. This is where you can establish boundaries and learn from those mistakes. So you have decision and you have the Three of Pentacles. You want something to work out. You may be asking for help. And so you're making a decision about something in terms of what it is that you want to do. Anything else? Because I'm not even picking any. I'm not picking anything else from this card. No. All right, Spirit. Do you want me to make some clarifications from another deck? Yes. Okay. All right. This one I am taking reversals. The Truth. God, Source, Universe. The Truth for group number 3. What is this decision about? Two of Wands in the reverse, the Hanged Man, and the Six of Swords. All right. You are planning on a move. So this is, you know, like cartoony version of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. But you see this man holding a globe, and he's already decided what wand he wants to carry on along with his journey. And so this is where I'm trying to figure out what location I want to go to. But I don't know. I need help. I need somebody to help me with this decision. So I don't know if it's a physical move. I don't know if you're planning something in terms of business. You do, again, like Pentacles is about money and investments and things of that nature. You have the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is forced to, you know, be in prison. Like, this is punishment card. But it can also be where there is a different perspective where you are enlightened. So what happens to the Hanged Man? Well, if he's stuck in this position for so long, he dies. Sorry, I knocked the phone holder. But anyways, phone mount? Yeah, phone mount, whatever. Same thing. But yeah, it's like he's in this position for so long that he dies. There's like some form of transformation. But I don't think it's going to be all like that, where it's just like, oh my God, I'm going to die, I'm being punished or anything like that. I think you're just at a standstill where you need to look into something. The thing about the Hanged Man, it is associated with the planet Neptune. And this is a planet of illusions. And this has a lot to do with delusion, imagination, mysticism, intuition, and dreams. I don't know if you are willing to embark on a dream. Maybe you want to travel somewhere. Maybe you want to get the hell out of your situation or where you're at. But I think that you are going to make a decision nonetheless, because you have the Six of Swords. So every time the Six of Swords come out, I say take the lessons, don't let it take you. So you're making a decision. It could be about lessons. Like, there's a reason why I talked about memories, where it's like you're feeling some form of resentment or something like that, right? And so here, like, thank God it's in the upright, because this in the reverse, it would be a very difficult transition from one place to another. I mean, hell, it's a card of travel. You see a woman and her child, and there's a guy, you know, taking her across somewhere to get where she has to go. I'm hearing be careful, because what comes after the Six of Swords, there's the Seven of Swords. And it's like, okay, I'm getting all my stuff out of this boat and I'm putting it to this new location. There's a bandit that's going to steal. So I wanted to give you that, oh, excuse me, that fair warning. Moving on, we have sentimental feelings and we have the Star. Okie dokie. So, so sentimental feelings. What I pick up is that you will be more, I heard gooey. So that just means that you'll be more emotional. I gotta drink some water, because like I have high blood pressure and my body is like, I hate you. And to think, I gotta drink this container, this freaking container, every day. Oh, and then of course, ADHD moment. Like, these are my stickers in case anybody wants to look at my stickers and all the other stuff. And they're like, what the heck? You get most of these stickers from this website. I am not promoted by them. Just letting you know. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, it's something that you're gonna feel good, kind of, like sentimental, like where you will feel quite emotional. My guides want me to read from the guidebook, so I'm gonna do it. So it says, everything is about past decision. I don't know if you are a Cancerian or what, but it says there is something from your past that is attracting your attention. This card is asking you to explore in deep feelings as a way of opening and healing your heart. Perhaps you've located an item that brings back memories. Use those memories and feelings as a pathway to explore emotions you may not have processed previously. Now it is a perfect time to work on unhealed situations from the past so that you can resolve them and move on. Having guidance from a therapist to support group to help you face feelings that seem intimidating. Ultimately, you will come to recognize that there was nothing to fear at all. This process will lead you to let go of heavy weights you didn't realize you were carrying, so that you can enjoy your life and move forward fearlessly. I almost want to say furiously, and it's like, no, that's a little chaotic. But this is so perfect. You have a ship here, and this is the star card. So you are totally being urged to sit with your feelings. I've told you to go to therapy. Go to therapy. Sit with those feelings. Process it. I did not mention shadow work, so you may have to do that. But here's the thing. So what comes after the tower? It is the star. This is a card of healing. This is the card of you being vulnerable. So you are no longer wearing a mask. You are this, didn't I say gooey? You are literally gooey. You are like, you know what? I am like, I need a damn hug. I need a prayer. I need part of me wants to grab some sand and some salt and blow it in someone's eyes with lemon juice. But Spirit's like, no, don't do that. Obviously, don't do that. This is a card of Aquarius. And so they rule the 11th house of friendship. This is giving me where you have lost people who you thought would last forever, and you're getting a reality check that this is not it for you. Like, it's just not for you. And so you got to move on, but you got to heal. And the thing about healing, it sucks. I can sit here and be like, yeah, go to therapy. Because, of course, I'm going to be biased. Therapy has worked for me. There's certain therapists that sucked. I'm feeling called to do the bottom deck energy because you got the 3 of Pentacles twice. And this is about helping, collaboration, and shit like that, teamwork. But anyways, I've had therapists that suck. But again, I've moved on and found a better therapist, and I knew how to vet them very well. And not to mention, I'm in school to be a therapist. And so you're going to have that. But here's the thing. When it comes to healing, there is a form of accountability. And yes, social media ruined that word, especially red pill douchebags where they're like, women out here need to hold themselves accountable and need to be humble. And it's like, I've met a lot of toxic ass dudes on Beyonce's internet, and you need to practice what you preach. Like, with all respect, take your ass to therapy. Because what logical man that's gonna go ahead and want to blow someone's brains out because they got into a car accident and they just had one bad day? That's not logical. I'm just saying. Now, the fact that I've mentioned that group number 3, maybe you are someone who tends to explode and blow up. You feel like you have to what mom say, bop them gums, mouth almighty, tongue everlasting, like you got to have the last word. It's all ego based bullshit. Spirit is like, you don't sit your goofy ass down and get some healing done. Another tough love part. Wow, all right. Like group 3, you want to hear that. But yeah, it's like, look, man, you really need to just sit down. Stop being avoidant. Stop trying to intellectualize the things. Stop trying to be, like in your ego or like that. This is why you asked for this. And it's like, how the hell did I ask for this healing? Simple. We've give you signs that you need to heal. We've sent messages through people that you may know or who used to be cool with or whatever. We try to give you messages. You didn't listen, so it's like you were already in level hard mode. So it's like, pick your hard. You want hard or harder? You chose the latter, so we about to give it to you. Like, X gonna give it to you. You want to play God, got you. Let Jesus take the wheel sometimes. Stop being over controlling. Damn, all right, like, wait, say it, don't spray it. But yeah, like, your wish is coming true. I'm hearing that, be careful what you ask for. I've asked for a significant amount of change and I ended up getting a dark night of the soul. And that shit sucked. And so, but I am getting what I'm asking for. It's just that dark night of the soul. Oh my God, like, the only type of people I wish a dark night of the soul towards is actually toxic masculinity, that archetype. And we're talking an archetype because women can be toxic masculine too. But it's like, yeah, you need one. You need to heal. Like, let's force this healing. Like, this world is not balanced. Like, I'm just saying. So yeah, I will admit, I wish that I was like, y'all need to get some fucking healing, like, before it's too late. So I was told to do it. I did. And so it's like, all right, I'm gonna do it. I don't know if it worked, but whatever. But anyways, last thing, you have healing from the past and you have the Lovers. Okay. So, you will be making the choice. This is a card of, yeah, you have your options. You can even choose which will help fulfill you. Is it your dog, your money, your person, a child, a trophy? It can be anything. This is a card of Gemini, and Gemini rules the 3rd house of communication, language, education, perception, technology, things in that nature. But the thing is, yeah, the Lovers can talk about, oh my God, soulmate. Yeah, sure. I mean, you believe in soulmates. I'm not making fun of you for that. I'm making fun of myself when I use that, that voice, right? But it's like, you have an option of what can fulfill you, but will it be enough? And so from healing from the past, maybe you thought having a family would be enough. Maybe settling down with someone be enough. Maybe your animals, your pets or whatever would be enough. Maybe winning accomplishments would be enough. Maybe money would be enough. But here you are right now in this reading, listening to my ADHD ass talking about this. And so these things can be taken away from you. A baby can die. I'm not trying to wish that on anyone, but that happens. Your child, if you have 2-3 kids, one of your kids may hate your guts and want to cut all contact with you. Then what? You might have a partner that today they love you, tomorrow they hate your guts and probably want to cheat and want to leave you and disrespect you and play in your face. You may have X amount of money, but in this economy, that money can be gone today. Your trophies, like, yeah, those are accomplishments, but did you really did it because you wanted to, or is it because you wanted social approval? So this is where picking the right choice by choosing yourself, maybe you never chose yourself in the past. So this goes back to, this is your energy. This is you just pissed off, angry, unhappy. You feel like, why me? And it's like, all right, get out of that victimhood mentality. You are no longer a victim. You are a survivor. And for you to fully survive and thrive and level up to be in this Queen of Swords energy, the healthy way of you establishing boundaries and standing on business while also having a big heart, you got to learn from your past. You got to really sit back and think about what bad decisions have you made. And so as a therapist, I wouldn't say that you made bad decisions. I would be like, let's see, how would I do this broadly as a therapist? In training, obviously, it would be where, let's say it's like, oh, I wanted to start this business and I bought all the equipment, but I never did it. And so I felt like I made a bad decision. And so rather to say, yeah, you did make a bad decision, you dumb bitch, we would never do that. If you had a therapist that was like that, like, report their ass to the board and talk to their supervisor, because that's sick. But it would be a situation where I'm like, all right, so you gotta do it broadly, and you gotta ask open-ended questions to continue with the conversation. That part is quite hard. So it would be like, when you were making this decision, what kind of feelings did you experience at that time that made you want to buy this equipment? Or I can use reflective feeling. You feel like you've wasted time on your decisions. And that's up to them to say, yeah, maybe I did, shit in the nature, I mentioned therapy a lot here. So again, healing reading. But yeah, that's just an example. You got to fill up your own cup. Again, all these things can go away. Dogs die. My cat's been dead for almost 3 years. What's going to replace that hole in your heart is you implementing self-love. But yes, that's a lot, group 3. Thank you so much for being patient in this reading. I very much appreciate you. If it resonated, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I shall see you in another pick a card video. Best wishes, my darling. Talk to you later. Peace.